The Evade Spiritborn is still one of the best speed farm builds in Diablo 4 Season 12. So first of all, the most important topic. How do you achieve Perma Evade? Thunderspike gets casted with every evade. And after every third evade, our evade cooldown will be reduced by 5 seconds. So clear goal is here to get under the 5-second mark for 3 evades. To attain Perma Evade, you will need to reach 66.6% cooldown reduction so that your evade cooldown goes below 1.67 seconds per evade. It's very important to try look for a plus max evade charges implicit pair of boots, as without these you will never ever be able to perma evade. This is important so that when you cast 3 thunder spikes we are evading, it will reduce the evade cooldown by 5 seconds and as a result transfer all 3 evade charges back in return. You can attain this by cooldown reduction on the gloves, rings and amulets, and also evade cooldown reduction temper on the boots and amulets. So at the beginning, to start the build, aim for greater FX evade cooldown reduction on your boots, should get this pretty fast, and a greater FX evade cooldown reduction on your amulet. And also masterwork it on your boots, so you will get in total of 37.7% cooldown reduction on your boots, and with the 30% cooldown reduction on your amulet, you should be fine in the first end. Later, when you have better gear and can reach the 66% cooldown reduction through your rings and your gloves, switch from evade cooldown reduction to storm feathers potency on your amulet for maximum damage. So now that we know how we can perma evade, but we will scale up our damage so we can speed farm with the content. The Wushinak Pa allows huge damage for our Eagle Storm Feathers damage and extremely fast ultimate cooldown reduction. Double Eagle Spirit Hall potency from the Loyalties medals, boosted further by the Wushinak Pa after casting the Seeker. Generic damage scalers as they scale the Eagle Storm Feathers damage. 100% block chance using Armored Hide. This will directly affect the damage from aspect of redirected force. And also Vital Strikes, granting 100% damage against vulnerable targets. And also your aspect of unyielding hits. This will give you up to 1.5k weapon damage based on your armor. So make sure to pick every armor node on your Paragon tree and get some great affix armor on your gear, especially on your temerity with a GA and crit on your armor. This should give you around 800 armor. In addition, you can also go on armor on your boots, on your gloves, and you can also pick a skull on your gem. If you want to check how much weapon damage you get, just look at your char screen. If you will get 1.5k damage as soon as you press the armor tide, you will be fine. Speaking of temerity, use temerity to get up to 100% of your barrier. Get the max damage value out of your Vicious Shield Paragon node. Our rotation is also important to speed farm any content. The following steps are the recommended build rotation for your skill usage. Cast Armored Hide for 100% block chance, recast it every 3 seconds for your aspect of unyielding hits, uptime. Cast the Seeker to activate intricacy on Armored Hide and apply vulnerable on enemies. So always make sure that you're gonna cast your Armored Hide before you're gonna cast your Seeker. You're gonna cast your Armored Hide, then cast the Seeker for intricacy, and then you cast the Armored Hide every 3 seconds, and if Armored Hide goes into cooldown, rinse and repeat the Armored Hide and Seeker cast combo. You can also cast Scourge for up to 50% damage to crowd control enemies. This is enough for tough targets, but honestly, I'm playing without Scourge 99% of the time because I'm using this build primarily to speed farm hit 99s or some bloodstained bosses and nightmare dumps. For Rune World combo, we have Sam Quacks and Bug Ohm. You still feel some downtime of your Seeker ultimate skill until you have all the CDR gear acquired. Go for a sec rune instead of Ohm. You will have a guaranteed 100% uptime of your Seeker. So now you should know all of the basic details of the build to go in for your own. You can also check out my char planner. If you like the video so far, please leave a like and a sub on my YouTube channel. That would help me a lot. And also write down questions on the comments down below. And also post what build you are currently playing. And also if you're also hyped for the D4. You can also visit my Twitch channel. We're gonna see most of my builds. So we now go directly into the gear, the Paragon, the skilltree, and the Merc of this build. So for your gear, we're gonna start with the Loyalties Mantle. Get all stats and dexterity on J and crit your dexterity. The other stats are not that important. For Rune World combo, get a centric, so we're gonna actively reduce our ultimate cooldown so we can constantly cast our Armored Hide. For our chest, the Short of False Death is by far the best one. get a GA and a bit on your all stats. And if you don't have a Shroud of False Death yet, get a legendary chest with the aspect of disobedience. So you can get more armor to get more damage from your aspect of annealing hit. So you will get more weapon damage. So you will do more of your damage in general. For your gloves, get the conceded aspect. We're gonna get the more damage because we're gonna get our barrier through our temerity. And for the rest affixes, get armor. It is really important to max out your damage with your aspect of unyielding hits, as I also said it in the introduction. Also get some cooldown reduction, so we have general lower cooldown of our evade, and also get your dex on the gloves. So for your pants, then get a temerity. I got one with 100%. I still need to equip this. And the rest of the stats aren't that important, although you kind of want to hit a GA on armor and also the crit on armor. So then for your boots, these are pretty important because you need the evade cooldown reduction as your greater affix, and then also crit your evade cooldown reduction, so you will get around 40% evade cooldown reduction. This will help you a lot to achieve that permanent evading without needing to weave in between. For the rest of your stats, get dodge chance, get armor and dexterity. And it is also really important to get the maximum evade charges as the implicit. So for your weapon, get a Wushinak Pa. Try to get the max of your unique value, because this is the most important one by far. After that, get a J on supremacy, then a dex and crit your supremacy. For your gems, get the bugs in the weapon as your rune word, so we're gonna get more damage after we traveled 40 meters. For amulet, I still got a pretty bad one. In general, you want to hit the amulet with your brilliance, your unrestrained power, and also your apex, because these are the only 3 modifiers that will still get you more damage. Besides that, get the aspect of redirected force as your aspect, and also crit your brilliance. Then for my rings, I still got pretty bad ones, but kinda the aspects are the most important. That get aspect of annealing hits, and then also get the aspect of vehement brawler. And your stats want to be cooldown reduction, dexterity, crit stack damage. Don't get crit stack chance. I still get bad ones, and also don't get attack speed. These don't will apply to your build because you are on crit capped and you are limited on your attack speed side. And then for gems in total, go for 2 rubies, 1 emerald, or 2 emerald and 1 ruby, and get dex on your armor slots. Then for Spirit Hall, Eagle on both, so we're gonna get 100% crit chance, more vulnerable damage, and the main Eagle is what makes our build viable. The fire skill tree, that's also pretty simple. Go for Thunder Spike. It's also the accelerator Thunder Spike, so we're gonna evade every time with the accelerator Thunder Spike. We're gonna attack with Thunder Spike every time we're gonna use or evade. Then 1 point into Crushing Hand. Then max into Unrestrained Power, Mirage, Apex, Emission, and Focal Point on your defensive skills. Max out Armored Hide as also Reinforced Armored Hide. Max out Perseverance, Fueled, Auspicious, 1 point into Patient Guard, 1 point into Counterattack, so we're gonna get the crit strike damage. Then also go for Resilient on your Potency skills. Max out Brilliance, Acceleration. For ultimate skills, go max for Seeker as also the Exalted Seeker. Then max Resolution, Supremacy, Initiative, Sustenance, and Intricacy. And go for Vital Strikes on your key passive. For Paragon board, it's pretty simple. Also go for Hail and get your maximum dex. It is pretty important. You will get a lot of damage through that. To get these dex nodes, these are really nice. Here's some dex nodes, here's some dex nodes. Then for next part, get your Fulminate as also your drive, so you do more damage the more meters you traveled, and then also get your dex points in here. There are some ones. Then for next part, get the Convergence. You want to kind of hit more 60%. and get spirit, you will hit 60% with things like penny and in general non-physical damage. With your spirit, go for some dex notes here. Still need to fill out some more dex notes here, so you will get more damage. Spiritborn has a lot of great normal wheels. So then for second last ball, Pack Bloom is also another important thing. That's why I have 80 dex points in here. You want to go for these dex notes here, and then also these dex notes here. You will get a lot of damage from that. Go for Vicious Shield. This will give us a lot of damage. When we have a barrier, that's also why Temerity is so good for us. Then for your last board, go for the sapping node as also the candy glyph. This will also give you a lot of damage. So the Paragon points here are really important. Also get more Paragon points and more levels. So you also get things like Primal Ward, your armor, because armor is pretty important for your damage. Also get your max life. This will also get you more armor most of the times. So then for mercenary, take Subo for the left route and take your all kit as the second one. So I hope I could show you a pretty cool build that is not the best endgame push, but by far the best speedfarm build in Diablo 4 Season 12 for Spiritborn, and maybe in general. It is a giga lazy build, it makes a lot of fun. Please write down your questions in the comments down below. I hope you liked this video. Please leave a like and a sub. Would appreciate it a lot. And also visit on my Twitch channel. Currently I am streaming again in English maybe. So yeah, until the next video, bye.